What's going on, guys? I'm Andrew, and this is Movie Source. Today we're going to do a review of Top Gun Maverick. This is going to be non-spoiler only. We're not going to be going over a spoiler talk. After Jason sees the film, we will be going over it again. Sorry we have not been pumping out videos for you guys. We will be getting back on that very soon, I promise you. Jason just moved. I moved right before that, and we've been working like crazy, but we're really working on fixing our schedule so that we can give you more consistent videos. So with that out of the way, what you came to see, the Top Gun Maverick review. Now, last time I watched Top Gun, the original, the 1986 film, a few times in the last week or so before I saw this film, just to get myself back in that world again that made Tom Cruise famous. And last time I had seen the film before that was when I was like 3 or 4, so it was almost like I was just coming back in clean slate. And you know, I still, obviously this isn't a review on that movie, but I mean, I still love that film. It's got that cheesy 80s flair, but well, it's still a fun, emotional, really good film that has a great arc with Tom Cruise's character, and it's just a very fun film. It's a very entertaining and fun film. Now, everyone's question, of course, is, well, which film is better, this one or that one? While I still love the original, and I will always have a place dear in my heart with that film, I personally like this film a lot more. Having said that, I still really love and enjoy the first film, but this film was a lot more emotional for me. Obviously, there's a lot of emotional beats in the first film, but with this film, it was a lot deeper than I was expecting. Also, the film had tremendous heart, and a lot of the character interactions were just so well done, especially a lot of the characters that are not the main character, that are not Tom Cruise, that are not Maverick, Pete Mitchell. A lot of the side characters really get some really nice arcs. We get some really good character interactions. I really like, too, the personality traits. You can really relate to these characters. And again, like I said, they have some really nice arcs. I thought Miles Teller was fantastic. It is revealed that he is playing, and it's kind of obvious, too. Even if you didn't see the trailer, you don't know anything about this movie. The first moment you see this, it's not really a spoiler, but he is playing Anthony Edwards, a.k.a. Goose, from the first film. He's playing his son. And his call sign is Rooster. He just does a really good job. I love the, again, no spoilers, but I really love the backstory. Obviously, we know the backstory, but I love the history and the tension that comes between him and Tom Cruise's character. Not only for what happened, but there's another set of events that happens that we find out through some dialogue in the film that creates a major tension between these two, or from Miles Teller's character towards Tom Cruise, and I just thought it was really well done. They have really good chemistry. Their interactions are done very well, and you really feel that history between them. And again, getting to Tom Cruise, he is just, I don't care. I know some people are not fans of his, and obviously say what you will about his personal life, you know, whether you agree with that or not in terms of his religion or whatever. I'm talking about his acting ability. The dude has such range. I mean, he can do comedy, as we saw in Tropic Thunder. He's absolutely hysterical as Les Grossman. We all know what he can do with action, Mission Impossible, this, and just anything else. He can do drama, Jerry Maguire, and A Few Good Men, a few other films that you can think of. But the man has range, and I think he brings all the best parts of his acting into this film. Yeah, we get the great action sequences, the aerial action sequences in this film. It's really incredible to watch. And Greg Albert from The Real Rejects, we were talking about it after the movie, like, I would have loved to have been on set or even watched the behind the scenes of this film just to watch how it's made, because watching it's a Tom Cruise film, so you know that they're actually doing these things. Watching the dangerous maneuvers and the stunts that they do in this, it's just absolutely incredible knowing that these actors are really doing these things, especially Tom Cruise. It's just really incredible to watch, and like the things that this man goes through to entertain us, it's like amazing what Tom Cruise does. It's really incredible, and I really deeply appreciate it. And his performance is just phenomenal. The emotional weight that he's carrying from events that happened from the first film over onto this film, and having to instruct this team that he's got for a very crazy mission that happens towards the end of the film. It's really interesting to watch. I really like how the character of Maverick is expanded upon. I think this film really does just such a good job of expanding on his character, and not just keeping that, not knowing what to do with the character. Like, the film really focuses on Maverick. It's kind of a soft reboot of the original while still, paying homage in very respectful ways to the first film and being its own thing as well. Like the final battle, which I'm not going to talk about. There's so many. I mean, the first final battle in the first film was really well done. I enjoyed that, but it's very simple. It's a very simple battle. Like, this one is just bonkers crazy, but it's done in a way where you can, with the way it's choreographed and the way it's filmed, it's very understandable with what's going on, what needs to be achieved in the mission. And storyline wise, it's just very impressive and it's very interesting. So, and also this film really just did a really great job of the suspense and the tension. Like, I wasn't expecting that coming in. Like, there were times where I was just like really, like, my heart was pounding and like where I was really feeling the danger for these characters. Of course, we felt that in the first film, but it just was on another level with this film, and I really deeply appreciated that they were able to convey those dangerous moments with the characters where you were like really literally on the edge of your seat. And if you can, see this movie in theaters. I know sometimes people would prefer to watch things on streaming, and I can attest to that. I work 12-hour days, 7 days a week, so I can understand wanting to, only having time to see something on streaming and not wanting to get to the theaters. I get that. For this film, go see it in theaters. See it in the biggest screen you can. Like, it demands to be seen on the big screen. Like, I'm so glad I took a little time off work to see this with my buddies Greg Alba, John Humphrey, and with Olivia, Greg's fiance. I'm really glad I saw it with them. Obviously, the company was better than the theater itself, but seeing it on the big screen like that, I think that's the way the film was meant to be seen and should be seen, in my opinion. So, again, great performance by Tom Cruise. I really love the new team that they assembled together. I love the character interactions. I think the chemistry between all the characters is just really well done. I like a lot of the arcs on the characters as well. I think most of them at least, get really good moments to shine in the film. The film is really well paced. It's very well directed. I know there were 3 writers on this. I'm going to pick out one of the writers, Christopher McQuarrie. He directed the first Jack Reacher. He's written and directed the Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible, the new one, Dead Reckoning, and also Mission Impossible Fallout. Obviously, him and Tom Cruise have an amazing relationship, but this guy is really, and again, I don't know exactly how there were 3 screenwriters, so I don't know exactly how much he had in the input of the script, but I really felt a lot of his humor infused, and also with how intelligent the characters were. I really felt a lot of his presence. Again, give credit to the other 2 writers. I think one was Ehan Kruger. I might be pronouncing, it might have been Ethan Kruger, but Ehan Kruger, I think his name was. And there was another writer I saw in there too. I apologize that I don't remember your name, but all in all, I love this film. I liked it even more than the original film, 1986 film. It pays great homage to the first film while being its own thing, really expanding the story and the lore of Top Gun, really expanding the character of Maverick in a really satisfying, emotional, and great way. Tom Cruise gives in a great performance. Also, really quickly, too, before I end this review, I do want to talk really quickly about the character that Jennifer Connelly is playing. I'm sure you're all smart, I know this, but just for anyone who doesn't know for some reason, the character that she is playing, Penny Benjamin, she was not obviously in the first film. I don't know if Jennifer Connelly was acting at that point, but the character's name, Penny Benjamin, was mentioned twice in that film. The first one was when not Michael Ironside, but rather the Mr. Strickland from Back to the Future, when he was mentioning to Tom Cruise his resume and how there's a reason why he's not regarded as higher up in the chain as in the Navy, and they mentioned that he had an affair with an admiral's daughter, and then Anthony Edwards Goose says to him, Penny Benjamin, and he goes, yeah, and then they mentioned Penny Benjamin again in another scene. Well, we get to meet Penny Benjamin in this film, and Jennifer Connelly doesn't have a lot to do in this film. Having said that, I think the chemistry and the sexual tension between her and Tom Cruise is really on point. They're really good together. I actually did enjoy a lot of their character interactions. She's not as much as a character as Kelly McGillis's character, so if you want to make that comparison, I guess you could make a gripe. My other little gripe with this film, it was a little bit, in a few moments, while I said it was very suspenseful, there were a couple times where it was a little bit predictable, and I'm not a fan of predictability. I don't like that at all, just for me personally. I became an annoying bug for a second. Unfortunately for John Humphrey, I did predict when a great heroic moment was about to happen in the finale. I said to John Humphrey, this person's going to do this and that's going to happen, and that happened 3 to 4 minutes later. So if I'm able to predict something, I don't like that. I like when things happen that I'm not expecting. So again, that's a personal little gripe for me. It didn't affect the storyline. The film was still fantastic. I thought, again, the film was just really solid, great sequel, and just, again, I love what how they expanded on Tom Cruise's character, and it was just done the right way. And just one minor spoiler, we got some Kenny Loggins in. That's all I'm going to say. Song Danger Zone. That's all I'm going to say. And we got some really cool possible cameos that you might enjoy as well in this film if you're a fan of the original 1986 film. Well, that's going to do it for this review. Let us know in the comments section, if you can, without spoiling. It'd be awesome, what you thought of the film, if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, are you looking forward to it? Did you love the first film? And also, too, if you can give us a like, if you feel we've earned it, we'd really appreciate it. It does help us out in the algorithm. And also, if you want to keep up on the videos that we're going to be pumping out in the next few weeks and months, please hit the subscribe button, and we will see you next time.